Hello everyone and welcome to a new weekly review. Busy trading week this week and I will take you through all my trades that I took. At this moment I'm still involved in Euro Pound. We broke down here, then we had this impulse and right now we are in the corrective phase. So what do I expect? The price to go at least back until the FIB levels and from there on we have some space until the first structure. Then on the daily, we were making higher highs and higher lows. Could take the FIB from the high to the low, touched the first structure, and my take profit is the minus 27. On the 4 hour, we had this shoulder one head, and from there on the push, same highs, 5 candles to the downside, 2 candles to the upside, tap and go on break even over here, still alive. And right now price has been struggling, but my price is on break even and we are running around 0.6%. So let's see how the market will open on Sunday for this trade. Next trade that I took USD Swiss, starting on the weekly. We were making higher highs and higher lows. And in the inner structure, we do have this bullish gem as well with this IC. Then on the daily, what could I see? We were still making higher highs and higher lows. So we were bullish. We tapped the 100 FIB. And then if I go to the 4 hour, we had this flat wall. There was still enough space on the 4 hour to trade to this structure in combination with this bullish gem. Place my zone on top. From there on, round it off to the upside. Place my stop loss below these lows because we do not have a break. It is to reward 4.9 in the trade, break even, and eventually out on break even. And later on, as you can see, price came back to the 4 hour structure, and from there on, price went down again. Then pound Swiss is a trade where I place my limit on. On the weekly, we are back on these highs. If I take my FIB from the inner structure, we did have like this ugly minus 68, but I don't mind about that. But on the daily, we did have this minus 27 FIB completion. And then on the 4 hour, we saw the impulse correction with the trend. And I wanted to see a smaller shift of momentum, but price left without us. Next one, the trade that I was involved in from Monday night. On the weekly, we were on these highs, and you can see it's a big selling zone. We came from the lows, then we went to the highs. I do expect that we go back to the lows. On the daily, we were making higher highs, higher lows, came back here, new action. Then on the 4 hour, we did not have much space. So I wanted to be in the trade before we hit the 4 hour structure. We got the engulfing candle. Then on the 2 hour, shoulder one had shoulder two. My confirmation was the engulfing candle. Took a short position. Stop loss above here. And I wanted to be on break even if I saw the price struggling over here. Nice push. Price has been struggling, so place my trade on break even. And from there on, I made the right decision. Later on, new action again, and price went down. So my bias was right, just a bit unfortunate. Next one, 80 CAD. Starting on the weekly, we are making higher highs and higher lows, but the past few weeks we were stuck between these highs and these lows, and at this moment we were back on the highs. Then on the daily, take my fib from this inner structure. We have the minus 27, but I do not care about that. But as you can see, gets respected. Then on the 4 hour, we could see price coming impulsively, smaller candles, eventually no break after the first candle, but I needed a clear break. Then if I go to the 2 hour, you could see a clearer channel. When we have two shoulders, I place my zone on here. Stop loss, we had 5 pips. And for me, this was my daily first structure. Wanted to give the price a little bit more space, so place my stop loss above here. In the trade, break even, and a quick and nice win for 3.15%. Then the last trade that I placed my limit on was AU of CAD JPY. On the weekly, we are in this bullish M, and this is my corrective leg back to the 100 fib. Then we did have the new action. You can see here the flat wall. On the daily, we have the same flat wall. And on the 4 hour, we could see like 1, 2, 3. And after this push, because we are trading in the correction, I deleted my limit. What happened after? Price still came back and made a push and is running around 2.25%. But I followed my plan. After the push in the correction, I wanted to delete my limit a bit quicker. So nice week, 3%. Every trade was right on point. So let's prepare for a new week and enjoy the weekend. Bye bye.